A narcissistic relationship is characterized by the presence of a narcissistic individual who displays pronounced narcissistic traits. And some signs of such a relationship include exploitative behavior. Narcissists prefer relationships that provide something they need, such as attention, financial stability, or sexual fulfillment. These individuals also have a lack of empathy. Individuals with narcissistic personality disorder often lack empathy and manipulate situations to their advantage. There will also be a grandiose or self importance. Narcissists believe that they are superior and unique compared to others. Narcissistic intimate relationships will keep you stuck in narcissistic workplace environments. Lord, and I know I am not being delusional or tripping with this, but the correlation and or connection is uncanny. Like I can't unsee it due to my own personal experiences. So these intimate narcissistic relationships will keep you attracting narcissistic bosses, coworkers. You have to sever ties, get the courage to leave and cut off connections in your romantic life because the energy of that will keep you in the same energy professionally. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Self-love is currency. If you are new to this channel, if the title resonates or any other content on this channel resonates, go ahead and click that like button and go ahead and subscribe. If you are returning to this channel, if you are an OG subscriber, thank you all so much for your continued support. I truly do appreciate you. We are on episode 4 of the Reveal to Heal series, or Heal to Reveal. The more that we reveal about ourselves, the more that we heal. And the more that we heal, the more that we reveal layers of ourselves and align with other like-minded individuals that are dedicated to growing, healing, evolving, and loving themselves. So I had to honestly, if I'm being transparent, I did not want to procrastinate. This is Sunday when I'm recording this, Sunday the 13th. And I'm really trying to get out of my procrastination. And what is it? Procrastination. Something when you procrastinate, then you just never do it. So I just wanted to go ahead and record the video for this channeled message that I had earlier today that ended up being me just journaling about my experience. And it wasn't even, I would just say, my experience. It was just some words, and I'm like, that's why that happened. So I don't have an official title as of yet. My thought pattern behind this, though, is that narcissistic intimate relationships or romantic relationships that we may be involved in make us more susceptible to attracting narcissistic work environments. So we are going to go with that. And if I find a way to kind of spruce it up to make it more of a title and it be more concise, then hey, that works too. But without further ado, let's jump back into the message. And I'm hoping that, because these are just, if you hear some notes again, I said notes. If you hear some ruffling in the background, that's me just turning the pages of my journal. Hopefully, I'm able to understand the notes that I wrote. I didn't want this to sound rehearsed or anything, so this is my first time reading what I wrote. So if I pause, it's just because I came across something that I couldn't understand or just needed some clarity on. But yes, you will find yourself putting up with some of the same things you put up with behind closed doors at work, in your office, in your professional space. If your lover or loved one or friend is a narcissist or displays narcissistic behavior, It's not just for any reason that you may be going through the same thing at work. Don't allow, okay, don't allow your boss who may have the same MO to put you in another narcissistic supply relationship situation. This phenomena is to drive you crazy. So you need to devise a plan and detached for your own sanity. You need to devise a plan and detach for your own sanity. So whichever one you can muster up first. Do I detach from this intimate or romantic or personal relationship first, or do I detach from the professional narcissistic workplace environment? Whichever one you choose to do first, you need to do that because that's going to free up mental space in order for you to get rid of both of them. um, because if you remain in both a romantic or intimate relationship, or staying connected with a family member that's narcissistic, and you're also having to go to work, which takes up a lot of your time, this is going to drive you into the ground mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, so on and so on. It will literally drive you crazy because you have no type of break between the narcissistic craziness that's going on in your real life. So you may ask yourself, I know what this looks like on a romantic tip to deal with the narcissist in a relationship, but what does this look like in a work environment? Well, I'm glad you asked because I wrote down a couple of points um, that I've actually witnessed and also experienced myself. So hopefully this provides some clarity. If you find yourself in situations where your boss, and this is interchangeable, this can be anybody in your workplace can be narcissistic and create a toxic or narcissistic workplace environment. So if I say boss, I'm meaning boss, colleague, you get it. So if your boss demonizes you, minimizes you, or your qualifications, telltale sign. If they correct you more than other counterparts, now this is not me saying that you should not be taking in any type of constructive criticism. That's all a part of being in the workplace and also having a professional career. If you desire to elevate, um, climb the corporate ladder, or have any type of position professionally, you need to be prepared for constructive criticism. However, in this instance and with this video, this is different. And you can also, anything that I say here, please do your own research. You can also Google research as well. People with narcissistic behaviors or tendencies or characteristics, they tend to overcorrect people in order to be or seem or come off as more superior. So you may have gone through this, have witnessed it, or seen it. Um, yep. So give you, um, they don't give you constructive criticism per se, but will overcorrect you in order to give off the air that you are inferior. And they feel the need to do this or may do this in front of colleagues that will give them a front row seat to professionally, quote unquote, put you in your place. This third point, if you all have not heard of it on a romantic, intimate, personal tip, triangulation when it comes to narcissistic dynamics and relationships, please do look that up as well. And it dawned on me, I'm like, yo, these terms did not, I don't, and they probably did, but when you're a kid growing up in a narcissistic household and dealing with narcissists and people with undiagnosed mental issues, you don't really have terms to associate with the things that you are going through. but I'm pretty sure I did experience. No, I'm not even going to say pretty. I did experience triangulation growing up. But this is another thing that you can rest assured will happen in the work setting. If the work environment is narcissistic, or if you are dealing with a narcissistic boss or colleague, triangulation. So you making a mistake, and this is just an example, but this can happen in a variety of different ways. But you make a mistake, and your boss involves other people on the team in the situation instead of speaking with you directly. So they are involving other people that have nothing to do with the situation or solution, just to add more fuel to the fire, to get more attention, to further make you feel inferior, because these other people are going to think like, oh, um, all they do is make mistakes. So it's also a way, as well, to demonize you and to demean your professional character. Because if you on point, they see you are very detail oriented. Your professional character is intact. Anything that you do that pertains to a mistake is going to be underneath a microscope. And this is a perfect opportunity for your colleague or boss to get other people involved so that they can also see that you aren't so perfect. Okay, the next point is backhanded compliments. What more do I even say? Um, and this is normally, you can get or receive these compliments during um, your work experience. But I also made a point to write down compliments and loads of flattery when you initially start working at this place. And this can also resemble love bombing, but on a professional tip. So we've all heard of love bombing before, but love bombing can also happen in the workplace. So the next point is invalidation of experiences and feelings that happen within the workplace. So anything that you express to your boss um, gets shot down. This can even be the mistreatment, or you being overworked, underpaid, you expressing your concerns in a respectful way, and this getting shut down. Next point, major lack of empathy. Pretty self explanatory. Um, but this can also exist in the workplace. Now, I'm not saying people have to be overly excited about their job or what they do for a profession every single day. But if you have a client facing job, if you deal with a lot of people day in and day out, um, and you don't like people, then you should not be in that type of business and or workplace environment. And a really quick example, because it's real over here. I one time had a meeting with um, it was an all remote meeting with different employees, and some managers were involved. And one of the managers chimed in and said, I enjoy working remote because I don't even like people like that. And it was really sinister. And this person has said other things as well that really showed me that they lacked empathy and just really didn't care. Um, but this situation is what it sometimes looks like. Some people solely come to work to boost their ego because they're dissatisfied with their life outside of work, or lack an identity outside of their work title. So they come to work with a puffed out chest, and they also have a inflated sense of ego. Some of these people consider the workplace their playground, to be manipulative, to be deceptive, to demean people, to take advantage of people, and more light needs to be shed on narcissism in the workplace. And I put this other point down, but I just pretty much said that they enjoy putting other people down. Of course, you have your nosy people, and this doesn't necessarily have to be a boss. Like I said before, this could be a colleague. So if they're just like super nosy in your business, um, it's not because that they care, but they like to see that maybe things aren't going in your way outside of the workplace. So this is how you can also identify narcissistic people in the workplace. And I do want to wrap this video up, but yes, I have a few more points. Clickish. I feel like for me, and this is me personally, if a person is never good on their own and they have to click up with other quote unquote like minded people to bully, manipulate, target, and deceive people, narcissistic. And this is how I can like go into a workplace and see what's happening. I get that some people gravitate towards other people because they have or share the same morals, values, personality, characteristics, so on and so on. But if there's gossip or mess involved, 9 times out of 10, narcissistic. Um, Furthermore, normally toxic people or narcissistic people have to have um, they have to partner up. They can't do hood rat shit by themselves. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen the video of the little boy. I think he had stole a car or something, and um, the news reporter or whoever had interviewed him asked him a question, and then he said that he just wanted to do hood rat shit with his friends. That's how it is in the workplace. They have to get together to do toxic shit or to bully or to gossip or to manipulate, deceive, terrorize other colleagues that are to themselves. They go to work to work. They have to hook up to start mess. And this is a control tactic, which leads me to my final point. How to identify narcissistic people in a workplace is control. People that have to control things, including you, whether it be when you go to lunch, when you come back for lunch. They are micromanaging, and I'm not even talking about the boss at this point. This can just be an overbearing colleague. Narcissistic. Let's put a name to a name. So, yes, I hope all of these details have been insightful. But the main point is if you are in a romantic, narcissistic relationship or an intimate or personal narcissistic relationship with a lover, family, friend, basically someone who has access to you on an intimate level of any sort, this makes you more susceptible to attracting narcissistic workplace environments. So it is crucial to not only be aware, and to not only be aware, but create your plan of escape. And like I said earlier, you can make one plan of escape for one relationship or situation and then the other. But dealing with both of them will drive you insane. This life should be about self preservation. And if you truly want to enhance the quality of your life, to live a life of full vitality, to heal for real, you need to get the fuck away from these environments and narcissistic relationships as soon as you can. If you are still tuned into this message, thank you all so much for your continued support. If you resonate with this message on any type of level, feel free to drop your stories down below. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button and go ahead and subscribe for more. And I will catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.